So about 2 years ago, I decided to let people into the secret world of mental health, so you all know what we're dealing with on a regular basis. And a lot of people never know what it's like to act okay all day. When you're not, you have no idea of what it's like to be alone. And I mean, like, be alone. You have no idea how it feels. That crippling sensation of emptiness, and that hatred for yourself and for people as well. Because I have trust issues. I haven't fully disclosed yet what really happened to me, but it might save some people, because you're not weak, you're not alone, and it's hard. It really is hard. I hid this from my wife for 13 years, at least 13, 14 years, about how I feel, because of embarrassment. I come from a rugby background where it's extremely hostile and you're not allowed to show your emotions. And, showing my wife that I'm weak, I thought that it would have broke the relationship. But it was already broken anyway, because I give no love back. I give nothing to the relationship. I was ruined. I was a broken, pathetic, middle-aged man who wanted the world to burn around him, and it was bad. Them extreme days of emptiness and sitting in the corner, or even lying in bed and just feeling sorry for yourself. It's so hard to get out of that. People always say to me, what do I need to do to get out of that kind of situation? What help do I need? You can only have guidance. It's up to you at the end of the day to literally sit yourself down and give yourself a check and sort it out, because not many people care. People only care about themselves, and that's just life. Life is cruel, and we do live in a world where people are just self-centered, I'm afraid, and it doesn't matter what you say. It's crazy. Only a fool can think they can ever change the world, but the only thing you can change is people's perception about mental health. It's a cruel, dark, lonely world where you are alone, and it doesn't matter how many times people say they love you or give you admiration for who you are and what you do. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I don't want to be here, and that's a cruel way. There's people dying out there of proper diseases and stuff, and do you class mental health as a disease? Maybe it's an illness without a doubt, but I think it's overlooked. It's really unstudied, I'm afraid, because when people think of mental health, they just think of it all the same thing. They think of just like somebody sat in a mental asylum or in a secured unit with slash marks all over them, and who is out of control. But that's because the media glorify it. Probably the biggest one for it is schizophrenia. My mother's a schizophrenic, and she's the most loveliest woman you'll ever meet in your life. She is fantastic. She'll do anything for anybody. She would borrow a pound to give you a pound, but people don't see that. She just has them issues, which I've seen. Not many people have seen it happen. I've seen it happen in my life, where when I was at a certain age, my mum would lie in bed all day. And I just think to myself, snap out of it, you weirdo. But until you've actually walked in them shoes, you'll never know. It's a long, long journey to fix yourself. That's if you fix yourself at all. But it's about living them challenges each day. And life can be challenging just on itself. But when you hear a voice and you have a personality disorder, life can be strange. And people can be strange. And paranoia has always ruled my life. Extremely ruled my life. I could just explode some days. In fact, I would quite openly be honest, I finish work most days and I come home and cry my eyes out because I've had to keep myself together all day. And that's hard, that's tough, that is tough. That's some tough going to keep them emotions together when you have a personality disorder. Because you are all over, you're up and down, and it's not rough. It's rough and smooth all day long. You know, I absolutely hate of what I am. And I would do anything to change it. I'd give my right arm to not have a personality disorder. And that's harsh. That's a harsh way of thinking. So, my point is today, unless you've lived it, never judge. So goodbye.